Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wants Tarot. My name is Carmen. Today, we've got a reading for you about somebody who is basically acknowledging that it's not the right time for the two of you to be together, but they also want to find a way to reassure you. They don't want you to feel like they're just wandering off and they'll never be back. They do feel like it's not the right time, in part because they want to work on the things that get in the way between the two of you having a healthy connection. So this isn't goodbye. I don't want to walk away, but it's what's best for me and us right now. This isn't goodbye. We will be together again soon. And not the right time. I'm overwhelmed with responsibilities. I don't have the time or energy for a relationship. There's a fear that they have that if they were to pursue something with you right now, it would just blow up in their face, or there would be arguments, or you would feel like they don't actually care about you. So I do feel like for many of you, they feel this is protecting you, but they're nervous that you're going to view it as more like rejecting you. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. Sorry, that was like a lot of wind chime time. I hope you're having a great day or a great weekend if you watch this when I post it. If you would like a personal reading, my email address is in the description box below, wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. But we're going to dive in with the situation deck. What else do we have? Denial. Not facing the truth. Irrational and reasoning. Well, irrational reasoning, really. And then single. Current status available. This is somebody who has for a long time wanted to be single or wanted to avoid a commitment. And I feel like they purposefully procrastinated on the things that they knew would make it so that they could be in a relationship. That could be, I need to work on my living situation, or I need to save up some money, or whatever would make it so that they could actually pursue a relationship. It's like they've just kind of let it sit. We have synchronicities, signs 1111, 222, 333, and history, past happened. This decision to be a bit stagnant with regards to emotional availability or maturity is because they were hurt in the past. This person broke my trust. This person taught me that relationships are just, a recipe for disaster. So I'm never going to be a desirable catch, right? Maybe they even try to make it obvious that they don't want relationships. But there's something here intuitively that has been telling them that the connection with you is different, that they should not be trying to push you away. So we have family, blood ties, inner circle, and lockbox. Closed in, trapped, frustrated. I like to see this because I'm so used to doing readings about friends or family members that get in the way of a love connection. But this is actually somebody who's saying to the person, this person that thinks it's not the right time. This is a close family member or friend saying to them, you have blocked the good stuff from your life by keeping people out. And I don't want you to miss out on being happy by ignoring a connection that you have. So this is somebody who is acting in the best interest of your person, saying, that's your soulmate. Why are you treating them that way? Why are you pretending like they're not important to you? Yeah, this is really beautiful. Somebody cares deeply for you or your person, and they're saying, don't let this love just dissipate. You're going to regret it if you don't pursue something, or if you don't at least try to make something happen. And I do feel like it's having an impact. This is the Tattoo Tarot. Hello, Key Controller. How's it going? Three of Cups. the World, and the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. This Three of Cups is supportive energy, a friend. It could be, like a sibling or something like that. But this is an observer, somebody who sees the truth that this is a pretty significant connection and they don't want their friend or their family member to miss out on this. Like, I've seen you make some decisions. I've let you live your life, but this seems like something that's real. It's not just like one of those dime a dozen situations. I don't want you to lose out on being happy because maybe they've even seen you with this person. They know this connection makes them happy. Seven of Wands. Seven of Pentacles. And the Page of Wands. This is really nice. I care about you. I want you to be happy. I don't want you to look back on this and wish that you had done something different. It's an opportunity for you to fix the things that you want to fix. Invest in yourself so that you can invest in someone else. This is really good advice, and it's coming from a beautiful, I love you, so I don't want you to mess this up. I don't want you to miss out on this connection that makes you happy. So here's what I would do. Here's what I think you should do for the love that you feel for this person. Six of Cups, the Magician, and the King of Swords. This friend is saying it looks like you've completely cut this person off or blocked them, or you're trying to lie to yourself and pretend that you don't want to be with them, or that you're just not capable of being in a long-term relationship. But what if that's just fear? What if you are capable and you end up totally upset because you missed out on this opportunity? A little bit of a reality check. Hello, Amit. Hello, Kingly Eagle. How we doing? Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. 10 of Pentacles. And the Knight of Wands in the reverse. You're acting like you have to run away from somebody who is interested in being good to you. You're not investing in someone, or you're afraid to invest in yourself because you don't want to admit that it would hurt if you lost this person. This is I'm calling you out, but it's because I love you, right? I don't want you to let this pass you by because, I don't know, maybe because they've had this happen to them. This is the Wild Reflections Tarot. Oh, that's not very nice of Mint. Queen of Wands in the reverse. Judgment in the reverse. And the Tower in the reverse. Wow. This person knows the King of Swords really well. So the person who is in denial or has been, who I think is working up to saying this isn't goodbye, right? It's they want to just walk away because that's easier. Then I don't have to do all of this change. Then I don't have to, admit that maybe love is real, or that I found someone I could trust. This friend is saying, this is insecurity that's stopping you. This is something you would regret. I want you to sit there and think about it. What are you going to feel about the situation in 5 years, in 10 years? You're going to be mad at yourself. You're going to say, I was foolish for not wanting to do that healing work or be honest with myself. I let go of something amazing because I didn't want to do that work. Hanged Man in the reverse and the Six of Wands in the reverse. So this friend or family member is saying, if you don't change your perspective, if you know, are stubborn and you ignore this person or you stay in denial, you're going to be mad at yourself. You're going to view this as a mistake. You're going to wish that you had done something differently. So I'm here to tell you that you better think about it, that you better really think about this, because I know you well enough to know you need to regret this. And I think this King of Swords is like, well, I mean, look at this person's facial expression. It's like, grumble, grumble. Yeah, probably. Because I do feel like whoever is having this conversation with them, they know this is somebody I can trust. This is somebody who loves me. And they're telling me how it really is. So it's a bit of self-awareness, right? Yeah, I've probably been lying to myself. King of Pentacles in the reverse. I've probably been trying to assume that I could never, you know, create something like that and have it go well. I sabotage relationships or I expect them to go wrong because it's easier than having to admit that maybe I should have, you know, done something differently. Two of Wands in the reverse. All you have to do is figure out the bite-sized steps that you need to do to get to where you want to be. Hello, Voyager. Hello, Angel. How you doing? And I feel like this person says, because you got a beautiful thing here. There's a lot of potential with this person. And you know it. So I think this is a really important conversation that's getting the King of Swords to question, you know, what do they really want to do? Because it was a little bit of a pattern, or maybe just easy for them to go about the same kind of behavior. But they know that whatever this is, this love that they have with you, that it's different. This connection is not easily forgotten. We have the Page of Swords, the Two of Swords, and the Magician. So this is somebody who's, I think, reminding the King of Swords of their power or of what would make them happy. You can do this. You don't have to be, you know, running away from something that would make you happy. Let's see. This is the Pause Tarot. Hello, how's it going, Pharaoh? We have the Emperor in the reverse. Queen of Wands in the reverse again. Death. Death is a card that can scare a lot of people, but this is often about transformation. I'm sure the caterpillar is real scared when things start changing for them and they don't know that they're about to have a great change in their life. This is somebody who's being told, maybe it would be worth it if you made all those changes. Maybe it would be worth it. Maybe you'd feel real happy if you stopped avoiding those things that make you feel like you can't do that long-term relationship. With the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, you don't feel like you can offer something because you don't have that stability, right? So you have to deal with some responsibilities, even though they might feel a little bit overwhelming. Once you get through that, then you can pursue this person. Queen of Cups in the reverse and the Lovers. Yeah. So they're being told by a close friend or a family member, I can tell that you're in love with this person. And I know that you're struggling a little bit inside with whether or not you should do something about it. And I'm just going to remind you that you have everything you need to be able to address these things, to be able to find that Queen of Cups energy within you so that you're able to love someone and receive that love, right? They probably don't say it like that. So make the choice to do what you need to go back to that person, to be in a relationship with them. Strength in the reverse. Seven of Wands. It inspires a bit of fight in this person. Maybe I did think that it wasn't worth it. Maybe I did feel like I could never do what I needed to. Maybe I did try to kind of like minimize what I felt or the connection that I had with this person. But would it be so bad if I tried? King of Swords in the reverse. Justice. Yeah, so they're finally addressing this thing they've been in denial about. Maybe I do have the ability to make these changes. Maybe I could pursue this relationship in a way that would be a good thing. Maybe I can trust this person, and maybe I want to make sure that they feel like they can trust me. Wheel of Fortune and the Three of Wands. Good for you. I'm proud of you and your friend. This is somebody saying, okay, I'm going to try to make a change. I'm going to do what I can. I'm going to take action. And I do feel like this friend or this family member is like, I'll be there for you. If you have questions, if you need somebody to just kind of like motivate you, like, let me know. I will help you out. Let's see. This is the Ghost Tarot. What else? Very true, Laura. What else do we have? Oh, whoa. Ace of Cups, Eight of Swords, and the Four of Swords in the reverse. You feel like you can't love or offer this, person that you care about anything because you have basically convinced yourself that you can't address the things that you need to heal. And this person's saying, you sure can. Maybe with like a little bit more color to it. I feel like somebody's swearing. Yeah, you can. What makes you think you can't deal with that? It's like there's, I don't know, determination to say, here's what you got to do. Does that really sound that difficult? Have you ever actually just like made the list and clarified what you would have to do? Or do you like keeping it some, nebulous concept so that you don't have any responsibility? They're saying you've got the ability to fix, maybe find a better job, get a different place to live, stop hanging out with that person, stop spending your money on this. They're saying you've got this. Just a little bit at a time, you can do it. So we've got the Eight of Cups in the reverse, the King of Wands in the reverse, and the Lovers. So this good friend is saying all you have to do is decide to try. And when you try and you put forth a little bit of effort, each little thing that you do, when you cross off, a thing on your checklist, it feels good, but it also gets you closer to this connection that you want. So they're motivating this person. It's like they're the coach or the cheerleader, like reminding them that they have this ability. Five of Swords in the reverse. Fool in the reverse. Nine of Cups. There are so many people out there that want to make it difficult or even impossible for you to have a happy life. When you have a chance, when you see the door opening to your happiness, do not be the person that stands in your own way. They're like, you're doing it wrong. You cannot be the reason that you do not have a happy life. There's so many other things, so many other variables or people that will stand in the way. You get out of your own way. It's time to believe in yourself, right? And maybe even like a little bit of a reminder, like, isn't this the person you want to be with? Have you thought about like living with them? Have you thought about like what it would be like to be married to them, live with them, whatever it is, right? They're saying you could have that reconciliation, you could have that relationship. All you have to do is believe in yourself, work on the things that get in your way and stop being the thing that is in your own way. This is excellent advice, and I feel like it's being taken seriously. At first, they might be a little bit mad, but I do think they get over it. This is the energy oracle. What else do we have? Storm warning. Number 10. And number 42, woman holding a coin. I feel like this woman holding a coin is the soulmate or the close friend who's giving good advice. Does not have to actually be a woman, but this is somebody who knows about stability. This is somebody who knows about working on things that make it difficult for you to be in a relationship. And it could be both of those people, right? Because it's the King of Swords that's trying to work on those things. Then we have the Magician and the Mirror. So we already had the Magician come out, right? This is understanding the yin and the yang, understanding the dark and the light, knowing, because you've been through a lot of things, when to move yourself away from somebody or let somebody in. This is like being reminded you have intuition, you have discernment, you don't have anything to fear with this person. You know they're your soulmate. So why are you distancing yourself, right? This is the Earth and Bone Oracle. What else do we have? Visionary, number 9. Confidence, self-assured, passionate, self-worth, and vivacious. This is all about the confidence, right? We had the Queen of Wands come out twice. When this person starts to believe that they could actually make a difference or change the things that they need to be able to be with this person, that's when it's like a snowball effect, that the motivation becomes easier and easier. Rebirth. Sorry, number 32, Serpent. Rebirth, nonconformity, new approaches, and unconventionality. You're right. I should change my approach. I should believe in myself. I should think about what things I could do. And little by little, I can make the changes I need. It's not so insurmountable. Number 5, Warrior. Inner strength, clarity, focus, receptivity, and presence. This is beautiful because we did right here, where I'm going to put it, we had strength in the reverse, right? Feeling like you don't have the ability to make the change that you need. And now they're recognizing, you know what, you're right. I have done some pretty cool things, and it would suggest that I am strong enough to make this thing happen. This is the Kipper. That sign's going to fall. What else do we have? Child in the reverse. Imprisonment. And House. So this could be someone who has been struggling to understand how love actually works out for the best. I feel like with Child in the reverse, this is somebody who grew up really fast. Maybe their parents were absent or not very kind to them. I don't feel like they had very good examples in terms of a healthy relationship, because they viewed getting into a serious relationship as, the old ball and chain, right? That just means that I can't be myself, or that just means that I've signed myself up for some trouble. They felt like it would be easier to focus on money or to be by themselves. But with Wealthy Man in the reverse, I do feel like they may have had some volatility in terms of their financial situation. And that seems to have caused them to lose some of their confidence and question whether or not they could ever actually go after somebody like you. Message of concern in the reverse, but they're hearing from this supportive friend You are strong enough. You could figure this out. You don't have to just run away from love. This is the truth is. What else do we have? Yeah. So I was just saying, I feel like whoever I'm reading for, this King of Swords, this is somebody who had, I think, kind of a difficult childhood. And now we have the abusive card, emotional or physical abuse. No one deserves to go through that. I'm really sorry for those of you who have experienced that. I hope you have, been able to find someone to talk to or trust regarding that. If anyone's able to add a 1-800 number for those that are going through that, I would really appreciate that. But this is an acknowledgement that maybe I have been a bit difficult where it concerns letting people in because of what has happened in the past, because of the way I was raised, because of the people who, taught me what they thought about love. So that's why they didn't really understand how things could go well. What does a healthy relationship look like? If you're good to me and I'm good to you, what happens then? Do we just not fight? They don't really have a good understanding of what that's like. Forever and ever, marriage or long-term commitment, and the family card. So family issues. Family is creating issues within this connection. It's that the way they were raised, the way they had to grow up too soon, the way maybe they had to take care of, their own siblings, or maybe they had to, get a job really young and help pay for this is somebody who didn't feel like love was ever a two-way street. And now they have found their soulmate and they're starting to like daydream about what if, we had like a long-term relationship? What is that like? But somebody here is able to say this is something worth working for. So this isn't like the other relationships. This isn't like what you were raised in. This isn't, your puppy love experience where someone cheated on the other one. This is saying there's a chance for this, but you have to work on it. You have to work on those things that have made it seem to you like a healthy relationship is basically a unicorn. Hello, Michael. How's it going? Let's see. I'm going to go with the Overthinker's Oracle. What else do we have? I didn't comprehend what this connection was until it was too late. So they feel tricked out of their blessings because they just figured it was never real love. It was never somebody that really wants to treat you the right way. Every full moon reminds me of you. And I will love you until the end of time. So I think they're starting to be a little bit more honest with themselves about how they actually feel now that they've had this conversation with their friend or their family member. And it's getting them to acknowledge that codependency is something that they've experienced or seen in other relationships, but it's not like a core ingredient, right? You loved me when I didn't deserve it. You've shown this person what unconditional love is. You've shown them what trust is. But for whatever reason, there was some concern here that maybe the only reason it felt like it wasn't a bad connection, or the only reason it felt like you were their soulmate, was because maybe you'd put a love spell on them. Hello, Bitchy Tata. How's it going? What else? I know who you are to me. I know we are supposed to be together. Possessive, you belong to me. There's a desire to own or dominate. And we have incoming communication. Past life lovers and good karma. So there's I think kind of like I don't know if I want to call it a trigger. It's when this friend reminds the King of Swords that they don't want anyone else to be with you, that they kind of get that last little piece of motivation that they were missing to start working on themselves. You're right. I don't want to miss out on this person. I want this love to be my person, right? So they're going to communicate. And I do feel like with this past life lovers, there's something that um, it seems like a different version of them that you haven't met before. It's like you've unlocked that more romantic side of them. So even though it still sounds like the person that you've known, this King of Swords has like a softer approach, or they're more comfortable with their feelings when they communicate with you. There's good karma here, but this is somebody who's basically saying, yeah, I've got some things I need to work on. It's not the right time right now, but I'm willing to do that work, right? I'm doing well, thank you. I'm gonna leave it there. I love you all. Sorry, I'm hungry. And thank you for the likes and subscribes, and I'll see you on the next reading. Toodles.